Greetings everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Captain Ryan. Today's YouTube video is me back in my Fletcher. This particular battle was the first battle that I streamed on my live stream on Sunday. If you were able to catch it, then you probably already know how it's going to end. But if you didn't, then this battle is going to be pretty damn good for you. The battle is Warrior's Path in Domination Match Mode, and I have decided that I'm heading to C. Now, I decided that I was heading to C because my team had more support actually over on the C side of the map. As you can see down there, having a cruiser and a couple of battleships. Plus, the enemy team has the destroyer advantage, and I don't want to end up trying to duke it out with two or more of their destroyers at the B cap point, especially since both teams have aircraft carriers. I don't need to be trying to dodge torpedoes and bombs from the CV and torpedoes and gunfire from destroyers without having much room to maneuver and running the risk of running into an island. So C is a good option because it's fairly open, but there are places for me to hide, and I've got support. Now as I push up in here, I've already detected some of the enemy ships coming in, and I'm already spotted by aircraft. Here come the CV's dive bombers and his torpedo bombers. Pop my smoke screen because I don't need to be spotted. Enemy destroyer does pop up, but it's something that I could take on if it wasn't for the fact that these planes are coming in. However, fortunately for me, friendly cruiser here is assisting with his anti-aircraft, and I do believe the friendly carrier is going to provide some fighter cover for us over here. Enemy destroyer pops up again. It looks like he's got his torpedoes away as well. I'm going to sit here and start punishing him for his discretion of showing himself to me. Of course, the friendly cruiser who came up with me is also going to shoot at him, and this destroyer is not going to have a good time. Surprisingly enough, though, he is going to drop back into concealment. Very smart destroyer player. And we're going to lose the ability to continue punishing him. My team has already managed to capture the A cap point, and between myself and this cruiser, we've managed to secure the C cap point. However, the enemy team has done what I expected them to do, which was secure the B cap point with two or more of their destroyers, and if you look at the map, a lot of their ships. Now, they do have a lot of ships coming up here, and that smoke screen is blocking the view there. But that's okay. For now, enemy destroyer has popped up again, and I'm going to continue punishing him. I disappear behind the island because I am detected, and I'm taking shots in here, and I definitely don't need that. Friendly cruiser, the Atlanta, tries to push up into the smoke screen, does not use his radar consumable to see what's in that smoke screen, and gets deleted by an enemy battleship. Just probably double citadelled him, and goodbye, Atlanta. Which is a bit annoying and kind of unfortunate because having that cruiser gone, well, he would have been pretty useful in this game, especially dealing with these aircraft. CV is going to continue to harass me over here, and surprisingly enough, that CV is not going to leave me alone for much of this game as I continue to take shots in there from a couple of ships behind that island. Finally, out of detectability range for the aircraft carrier's aircraft, and well out of detectability range for any ships. Fire off torpedoes. The Kutuzov seems to be more content to just go ahead and continue sitting in my smoke screen there, so I'm going to motor on away. Friendly Izumo shooting at the battleships that are off in the distance there, but I really want him to shoot the cruiser that's behind him. Yes, that's right, there's an enemy cruiser sitting up here behind him. Now, he is fairly low health, and I feel like I might be able to take him out if I get close enough and he's distracted. Torpedoes managed to find their way to the enemy turrets up there, and I managed to hit him, but not enough to sink him. The enemy cruiser is somewhat distracted, but he starts opening up on me, and he starts shooting at me here. I pop my smoke screen, so I am no longer detected, and this cruiser is actually turning broadside. As I said in my live stream, somebody needs to tell this cruiser that you don't give broadside to a US destroyer at these kinds of ranges. No citadels, but I'm doing some pretty good consistent damage. Now, of course, as he turns away, armor piercing is just going to bounce. So, switch back over to high explosive, and with any luck, I'll be able to set him on fire again. Come on. Yes, I do manage to do it. The carrier goes in for the kill secure, drops his torpedoes, but I've already finished him off. That Tirpitz that I managed to hit, he's very low health, and I would very much like to set him on fire now and finish him off as well. And as I push up here, out of my smoke screen, to try and get a better shot at this battleship, I am detected, so I know there's something close by who's spotting me. Friendly Izumo and friendly Kutuzov are now all dead, and pretty much everybody who went over here to the seaside of the map with me is dead. It's just me, alone over here. And given that it's just me alone over here, I've decided that I definitely no longer wish to try and engage that Tirpitz. Now the Tirpitz did start recovering health, which is again a little disappointing that I wasn't able to secure the kill on him before he was able to get that heal back up. Still though, I did do a reasonable amount of damage, and my team still has those 2 cap points, which is going to be good for us, as it's going to help us keep the scores pretty equal. Enemy team is still up by 1 ship, but that's kind of barely up by 1 ship, as you can see by the Tirpitz over there. Drop back into my smoke screen because I've got planes coming in. Now the friendly carrier is going to come over here with fighters and provide some assistance, which is very, very useful for me. And it's going to mean that I don't have to worry too much about shooting down all of these planes and getting spotted when I try to make a run for it out of my smoke. I fire off a set of torpedoes there at the Iowa that's pushing back behind that island, and I was hoping that I'd be able to hit that Iowa, but he's no fool. He managed to slow down, and I think my torpedoes may have been spotted by the enemy dive bombers, and that's one of the reasons why he slowed down. Otherwise, he probably would have sailed right into them. Unfortunately for me, I also managed to miss the Pepsi Cola, who was also back behind that island and pushed up there. That's a little disappointing too, but again, you can't hit everything. Looking at the situation, the enemy team is going to cap C. There's nothing I can do, and there's no support that I have to deal with all of the ships that are over here at C. But I'm going to leave a parting gift as I motor on towards B, because my team seems to be in the process of contesting it. So the parting gift I'm going to leave here, I'm firing off torpedoes at the other Tirpitz that's back over there. For whatever reason, Replay Bug is not having him targeted at the moment, but those torpedoes are synced up for that Tirpitz. Now, enemy Fletcher has shown up, and the enemy still has all 3 of their destroyers. However, this Fletcher is fairly low health, and he's being shot at by one of our cruisers. So I'm going to come up behind this island and give him a little surprise. With any luck, he is lower health than me, which means I can engage him reasonably well and secure that I can kill him before he drops my HP too low. And he's distracted. Can I get the kill? No. That kill gets taken by the cruiser who was shooting at him. But of course, detected because I opened fire. Doesn't matter. Managed to hit that Tirpitz with 1 torpedo, although I technically hit him with 4, and detonated him. Ooh. That's got to be rough. Speaking of destroyers, there is the other enemy destroyer, the one that I've been shooting at for the early part of this battle. And he's popped up. Now, I've popped some smoke screen because he was close, and there is another enemy Tirpitz that's sitting up here. And the other enemy destroyer, so both destroyers are up here. Now, because the CV's got his planes in the area, and because they're being spotted by ships, I'm going to go ahead and shoot at the destroyers, try and drop them as low as possible, and I'm backing up. I'm trying to get behind that island headland so that I can avoid any incoming torpedoes, and I feel like there might be torpedoes, and yes, there they are. Now, both the enemy destroyers are sitting somewhere in that smoke screen. Both are fairly low health, and I could technically take on both of them if I had some backup, and if they're distracted. The problem is I can't take on both of them together, and I can't take on both of them while they still have a Tirpitz up there, because he can provide secondary battery and shoot at me. Fire off sets of torpedoes into that smoke screen. With any luck, maybe I'll hit that Tirpitz. That would actually be kind of funny if I managed to do that. Can I do that? Yes, it looks like I do manage to hit him. I'm going to cause flooding on him. He's very low health. I'm going to see if I can set fires as well. It doesn't look like he's able to repair. Ooh, almost. He's almost dead. Disappear behind the island. Don't manage to secure the kill on that Tirpitz. Again, a little disappointing, because at this point I've got 3 different ships that I failed to secure kills on, with at least one of them where I've done a significant amount of damage to. Oh well. So far, battle's going reasonably well. The teams are still about equal, and my team is now contesting and capturing the B cap point. So I'm going to go ahead and get in here and try to provide some additional capping assistance. Being a destroyer means, as long as I'm not spotted, they can't reset my progress, though they can obviously reset the ships that are larger. Another enemy ship up there. Looks like that's the Tirpitz that I hit before, possibly a Bismarck. And he is very low health. Now, there's an enemy Iowa back over here. This is the one that I was trying to shoot at earlier, and he's just outside of torpedo range. So since I've got a set of torpedoes up, I fire them off at him, and that's when the enemy destroyer pops up again. Very low health. Unfortunately for me, that island is just in my way, and I'm not able to get shots onto him. Really disappointing. Get hit by secondaries from that Tirpitz or that Bismarck there, but he does get taken out, which is fortunate for me, so I don't take too much damage there. And I decide I'm going to turn around. Rather than trying to chase that destroyer around that island, I'm actually going to turn around and lay an ambush for him. Fire off a second set of torpedoes at that Iowa again, because he's just barely in range. I pop my speed boost to try and get clear of this island as much as possible, because I don't want to come around blindly and have torpedoes in my face. Since I was detected there for a little bit, it's a possibility, and it's actually something that I would do as a destroyer, just sit behind that island. Now, enemy destroyer's popped his smokescreen, and he's shooting from inside of it. So he can't see me. He doesn't know where I'm at. He probably assumes that I'm sitting on the other side of this island waiting for him. What he doesn't realize is I'm actually well in the open, and I am closing in on him as fast as I can now because I have the speed boost activated. And I'm going to pop up with minimal range here. There he is, very low health. Bye. He's down and out, and there's another kill for me, which is good. Now I am detected because I am in range of this Iowa's line of sight. But fortunately for me, enemy destroyer, so friendly, this enemy team. He's got a smokescreen that I can borrow, so I don't have to worry about popping mine. Managed to set the Iowa on fire, and he is nice and close now. Get off another set of torpedoes just past the headland of this island. He's turning a little bit, but I'm kind of hoping that he continues on this course because he wants to get around this island and hit me. Friendly carrier, friendly ships are no longer spotting this Iowa. I've got a few more seconds to torpedoes up. But so long as he's not detected, I'm not going to worry about it. More torpedoes up and ready to go. Can I hit him with the first set? I do manage to do it. Secure my Confederate and my high caliber dealing with this guy. He's fairly low health. Trying to decide what I'm going to do here. He's close enough that I'm now in automatic detection range as the enemy smokescreen dissipates. He gets shots off there as I'm briefly detected. Does manage to hit me, fortunately, just an over penetration. Torpedoes out. It looks like he's repaired the flooding and the fire. But that's going to be bad for him as my second set of torpedoes is now inbound, and they managed to hit him only with one, but flooding and fires, and those are not going to be able to be repaired anytime soon, as well. He's already used his damage control ability. Now the question is, can I kill him before he gets close enough to proximity spot me in the smokescreen? He's firing blindly. I know he wants to kill me. Managed to take him out, and at this point in the battle, my team is pretty secure in our victory. We still have 2 destroyers to the enemy 1, and we have more ships. The enemy aircraft carrier's popped up. He's back behind C, and one of our destroyers is headed up to C and is now capping C. Enemy team loses one of their destroyers. It was at this point in my live stream that I started realizing and jumping up and down in my chair for joy because I've broken my all-time damage record. My previous all-time damage record was 218,900, held by my Bismarck, incidentally. And my current damage in this battle is 230,000. I'm fairly low health, carrier's in range, and I've decided, screw it, I'm going to open up on this carrier. His dive bombers are back over, harassing some other ships, and I initially thought that those dive bombers were going to drop their load over there. It's about this point that I realized that no, that's not the case. He is actually gunning for me, and he does manage to land a hit, nearly kills me, sets me on fire, destroys a torpedo tube. This could be a problem. If he hits me again, can I get in here and cap? Help, assist? Nope, he manages to kill me. Really disappointing that I'm not able to secure a Kraken Unleashed. He also puts out the fire immediately after he kills me, so I'm no longer able to do any more damage. But broke my all-time damage record at 245,000 damage done, and that CV isn't going to survive much longer in this battle. And the moment he's dead is the moment my team's gonna win, because look at the points. Yeah. CV gets killed, taken out, and it's a victory for my team. 656,000 credits earned, 13,000 XP, and almost 2,700 free XP earned in that battle. 245,980 damage done. Basically 246k there. Confederate, high caliber, and devastating strike. No Kraken Unleashed, really disappointing there. But still, overall, very good. Top of the team for XP earned, well above that 2,000 base XP marker. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by following me on Facebook. If you'd like to help support me and my channel, as well as get access to game replays of mine and post-battle results screens that don't quite make it to YouTube in any given week, you can do so by becoming my supporter on Patreon. Any support level gets you access to those replays, and you'll get a shout out at the end of the video. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see featured on my channel, you can do so by sending it to my email. And if you'd like to watch me play World of Warships live, among other games in the future, you can do so by following my Twitch channel. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And don't forget that today is the very last day to submit your contest entry for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway contest. You can find the details for that in the description down below as well. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.